What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. I am joined as always by my best pal, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm a tired boy today, Conor, I will be honest. I slept for 4 hours last night and 6 hours the night before. Now, I'm not saying
10.
that... It's still cumulative 10 over 2 days. Not too bad. Average of 5. But I'm not one of these people who is like, oh, I only got 4 hours of sleep last night. No, I wish to God I could sleep more.
Yeah.
My stupid
You don't have like a rise and grind mentality.
Not at all. I have a rise, get back down, stay there for a while mentality. And it's worked for me.
Hope the world passes me by.
Hide under a pile of coats until everything works out.
So what you're telling me is that, as you know, Weird News, you haven't seen the stories. So
not at all.
I'm understanding that maybe this week you're going to have even more energy and be more enthusiastically and even more funny than you usually are.
More funny, more passionate, more open to new ideas and new scientific advancements.
I certainly think I could get you to join a cult.
Interesting. I'm very susceptible at the minute. Does anyone have a cup of tea to offer me?
Does anyone have a cult to offer me?
I'm taking all comers here.
So if you could give this episode a like and review, whatever podcast platform that you're listening to this on, it would really help us out. Shaun needs your reviews because of insomnia.
It's like when Goku was fighting Majin Buu and he asked everyone to lend him their energy. That's what we're going for. And then he did the spirit bomb. He did the spirit bomb.
Hang on, put your hands on the screen, everyone, right now. I'm feeling you. Are you?
I don't care if you're on a bus, okay?
I'm feeling you. Now like us on Spotify.
Oh, it's going to be a good show.
Geez, we've got 5,000 one-star reviews recently.
My God. Well, look, on average, that's 1,005
pretty
stars.
Good. That's pretty good. So, Shaun, we are starting off this week with one of my favourite things we always cover is weird contests that happen around the world that are just a bit silly.
There's been a few good ones. The one where all the men throw themselves after some cheese down a hill.
Pretty good.
One of my favourites. What's the knob toss? You remember the knob toss, of course.
How could I forget tossing those knobs, Shaun?
Just tossing knobs, getting graded on how you do it. You know, standard
Always
affair.
got nay. Always got nay. If you don't, what's a knob? A knob is a piece of pastry, isn't it?
I think it was like a bread pastry thing. That's what they were taught. What were you thinking of?
I wasn't thinking. We were on different wavelengths. I entered a different competition. We are coming this week, Shaun. It's the 21st century. And with that comes a lot of pushback towards maybe what we need is the old classic, the husband calling contest, Shaun, that is taking place in America this week.
Okay, before we start, I'm just going to guess. Southern state?
Oh, it is, yes. Okay. Some people compete in chili eating contests, Shaun. Others take part in cheese rolling competitions, as we've discussed. But only a select few are right for the Iowa State Fair's husband calling competition. I don't know if Iowa is in the south or the north, to be honest. I don't really know geography when it comes to America.
Iowa, lot of money to people, you know. I'll be honest, Conor, it's pretty north. It's kind of central east, I would say. Midwest, actually.
It's the Midwest.
It's the Midwest. Sorry, it's the Midwest. It's in the fucking nearly centre of America.
Yeah.
It's more east than west, actually.
Why are you getting angry? You're the one who told me it was in the east.
I'm getting angry at Wikipedia because I'm right, because it's more in the east. You're the mid-east.
Your aggression level came towards us, I felt.
It really happened out of nowhere as well.
It's the leap. The lack of sleep makes Shaun angry.
Their anthem is 45 seconds long, if anyone is interested.
Is it?
It is indeed.
What's the right level of length for an anthem?
Depends. For a country, I would say a minute or so. Minute and a half max.
What are some of your favourite national anthems?
Oh, La Marseillaise. Is that one? You got... Aurán Naveen in Ireland.
You can't pick. Our one is a bit shite.
Flower of Scotland. Is that?
Flower of Scotland's great. Italian one is pretty great.
Italian one is a bop.
French one.
Right.
I'm only going off the Rugby Six Nations, in which we hear all the national anthems, and I'm always like, that's a good one. Whenever France play.
That is fair. Canada has the name recognition of Canada at the start of it.
I think more national anthems need to have the name with O and then the country's name. Like, oh shit, that's where I'm from.
Yeah, Ireland.
Ireland.
Our one is good. Our one's like
it's
sad.
pretty good.
It's a sad one.
Yeah.
But like, look at us. Look how we've been.
You know what the something with Irish national anthem is for any other countries. If the Irish national anthem ever gets played, not at the Olympics, we never win anything. But
we have boxing and rowing.
Boxing and rowing, we're unreal at boxing and rowing. Everything else not so good. But if the national anthem plays, it's very. You can notice it very much so that we get earlier and earlier on the cheer. Every time, right?
We do.
So Irish people cut the national anthem off with about 30 seconds to go and just fucking cheer.
Yeah, the last two lines. When I was in school, people didn't really know the last line. Now I've realised people don't really know the last two lines. It's going to get to the point that we all stand for the national anthem and just start roaring.
Start cheering. Because I think it's just like it sets a level of like, we're fucking sick of this song, let's go fuck some people up in any sort of sporting event.
It's like we've paid our respects, now we've got shit to do. It's our
we
haka,
always
really.
lose. So Shaun, the women of the Midwest are no joke when it comes to yelling, roaring and shrieking.
Was this written in the 40s, this article? What's going on?
I started that sentence in the fucking article, not realising where it was going.
Okay, so look, blanket statement.
Yeah.
Like, we don't necessarily agree with everything that's put in this article, I would say.
Especially when the prize, Shaun, is a ribbon and $5 at stake.
What? This is in the past. You've gotten an archived newspaper, Conor.
No. This happened last week. The husband calling contest is a time-honoured tradition at the Iowa State Fair in the hopes of getting the coveted first place ribbon and $5. Women use lots of different calling methods that they would use to call their husbands. So they get up on stage, they walk straight up, they get given a microphone, and they just get to do their favourite calls, or their best calls, that they would give to their husband.
Okay, what I want to say, first of all, and let's just say that this competition is fine and allowed to proceed.
But of course they all have lovely bottoms, Shaun.
Absolutely. Let's just judge.
If nobody understands that reference, it's a reference to something, I swear.
Father Ted to Google it, safe search off, it'll be fine. But if it's let's just say a person calling competition.
Yeah.
Surely don't give them a microphone. They should be able to call without the aid of amplification.
I'll tell you something now, you've actually improved this competition almost immediately.
Because now it's just who can yell the loudest, which is a much better competition.
And you got to have them way, like miles away. I want to see how far you can go and I can still hear you.
Yeah, I want them on the highest point in fucking Iowa. And then everyone else
I have a way to solve it. What you do is they all go up in a line, right? Across a field. And then you all shout, one by one. I say, I can hear you all. They all take a step back. And we continuously take one step back every time. 45 minutes later, you've only got about one or two left on the far side of the fucking field.
Just hoarse as fuck.
Yeah. And then you have to think logically, tactically. Are you going to scream early? Or do you just go low early because they can still hear you?
That's the thing, and it also tests endurance, you know, because if you keep just barely going over, you're going to have to go louder for longer, ultimately.
So some competitions, like our delightful 5th place contestant, choose to go for a few different names in their calls. Bob, she starts before mixing things up with an unexpected, hurry, Robert Dean.
Wait, so it's not even... So they can concoct a situation and character.
Anything.
Well, then it just becomes who's the funniest, really. Because that's how you win that competition, is you say the funniest thing.
Well, the 2019 champion, Bonnie Swalwell, opted for a simple yet effective ear-damaging shriek.
I mean, that would bring people running, wouldn't it? Have you heard? Sorry, I saw a lady on TikTok, and there's like this Aztec shriek that you can do, that some people can do. It's like a technique. And it's a blood-curdling scream, but apparently, like, Aztecs would, like, hundreds of them would all do it at the same time as they ran into battle. And it sounded, I'll be honest, it's not great without hearing it, but it sounds fucking terrifying. So Let me tell
you about something real cool that I heard. I don't have any audio for you.
You get a specifically audio-based reference and then just say, look it up yourself later.
I heard this really good song. There was drums and guitars. You'd have to look it up yourself. You'd have to look. I don't have it with me, but you'd have to look it up.
We've all heard Wonderwall. Okay?
Well, I have. Yeah, that's pretty good. The following year, 65-year-old Rose Beauregard, fucking name, was crowned the champion husband caller, a title she had been pining for years, she said. Rose told Radio Iowa after her win that she had been competing in the contest since 2003 in the hopes of one day taking home the trophy and the $5.
So Rose has given a good 20 years to this competition.
She's given her whole life, really, to this very, very prestigious competition.
$5 on a ribbon, of course. Also, the radio station. Why is it not called Raid Iowa? Because it's Radio Iowa. You've got the link between letters there. Now, I'm sure that's probably on the logo, but just double down, okay?
Rad Iowa.
Rad Iowa, yeah.
And we're fucking rad, but we're also a radio station.
And they have to explain it like that every show.
That's actually the ad breaks every time. Rad Iowa. We're rad, but we're also a radio station. Now back to the news.
So Rose is the winner of last year's one.
Last year's competition, yeah. Okay. And so they asked how she got that. So how, after all these years, she's back. What was she doing? What did she change in the meantime? What was her training technique now? What was her Rocky montage video?
Her husband died the previous year.
She says, I do practice on my husband, but I do more practicing on my grandson and my camping club, she said. So, I mean, those camping club members, terrified, live in fear every day.
She sounds difficult to be around. Just fucking screaming at you. And then she's like, oh no, I'm just practicing, don't worry. No, you're still being a dick.
Look, genuinely, we're in the house. You don't have to scream at me. I'm right here.
In the kitchen. You're in the living room. It's 20 feet at most.
Now that she has won the contest once though, Rose is finished calling her husband. At least competitively, she says. I just wanted to win one time. The older I get, the harder it takes to take that deep breath.
Wow, Rose, I mean, commentary on the ageing process aside, fair play on your win.
This summer, it was 58-year-old Dawn Minar who took first place, even though she didn't even have a husband to call. Instead, Dawn was used a never-before-seen tactic, calling for a husband. So she turns up without one, and she uses the call to call for one.
Okay, look, I know it's not that prestigious a competition, but I feel if it's the husband calling... hang on, I'm being brought around.
Yeah. We may get Susie Denton on to officiate this, but I think linguistically, I think she has merit.
I think there is a claim to be made that that's an acceptable way to act. She also probably won then because it was clever. It wasn't just hear them call another man's name.
Call it also, by the way, there are videos of these competitions taking place, so you are free to look one up. The volume level might be a bit weird. But calling all single men between 40 and 60, she said. I am looking for a husband, she yelled as part of her entry. I am single. I work full time, own my own house. I'm lonely. So somebody answered as damn personal. I want a husband now, she said. I mean...
Really putting all your cards on the table. Playing the lonely card in the opener.
Knowing men, I think she's made a mistake.
Absolutely. It's not the kind of men who would respond to such a call.
But also all men. We're the worst.
Men are... no one knows who the worst person is, but it's probably a man.
Call for something important.
I'm looking at the... Hang on. Oh, they're like running into the screen, some of them. This is unpleasant also. There's a full audience of people watching this.
Nobody else can hear this, Sean, but describe it.
It's just people screaming, and it gets really high pitched. But every so often it cuts back to the audience, and they're just watching like they know this is weird, but they're here to support their friend or their sister or whatever. But how was this impacted by COVID? Because there's a few people, and this is from 2021 I'm watching, they're screaming while wearing a mask.
I feel like if you can overcome the mask situation, that's even more impressive.
It's like running a 100-metre sprint with your shoes untied.
I just don't know why you would enter. But then I started thinking, what else do they have at the Iowa Fair? What other competitions are they hiding in there? Because, I mean, you got husband calling. Then I found out they have mom calling. They've got duck calling, turkey calling, chicken calling. Each winner gets $5 on a ribbon, just to let you know. As prestigious to win the chicken calling as it is to win the husband calling. Otherwise, you could take part in the mother-daughter lookalike contest, try your hand at competitive grocery work with the best bagger contest.
What year is this fair set in?
And show off those sexy calves with the Mr. Legs pageant.
I mean, where do we want to begin there? Okay, we need to pick a topic that one of us would enter.
One of us.
I will say the mom calling competition, I can definitely shout ma at the top of my lungs.
But is ma the same? Irish people would say ma, but are we allowed in the competition?
Do I get 40 seconds of preamble where I can establish the fact that I am Irish? And then endear myself.
It's like a stand-up routine at that point.
Yeah, I've got a tight 10 that I'm working on.
10 seconds.
I just go, what is going on, everybody?
I'm Irish, as you can see. Anyway, I just have to do this one scream. Hang on.
Yeah. Ma. And then you're Mr. Calves, surely.
I'm going for the Mr. Legs pageant all day, Sean. That's
absolutely, guys. We're going to have a sweet, crisp $10 bill between us.
And the best bagger contest, I have an idea. We go to our local Aldi. We get the guy at the Aldi counter. I have one in our town. He's the nicest man in the whole world. He's always the most positive man you've ever met in your life. But I'll tell you something. He's fucking positive, but he's efficient. He's that positive because he's the best. That's why.
He keeps it moving. He keeps the line moving. It builds up quickly.
Sean, it's not just moving. You haven't even put it on the fucking thing and it's already dinged. It's already true.
It's a miracle. Right? It's miraculous.
Somehow it's still in your basket and it's already dinged. He's already has it.
Now here's what I'm going to say, and I'm not taking anything away from that man, but he's not technically bagging them, is he? He's scanning them.
No, he's not.
You throw a bag in front of that man, he won't know what to do with himself. You'll have a panic
you're
attack.
Right. We don't have baggers in Ireland.
No, it's not a thing really. Occasionally the local sports club will come in and pack your shopping bags.
Yeah, but they're always shit.
Yeah, they're always terrible. I did
they're
that
always
once.
young lads who have no interest in being there, and it's like a Saturday.
Yeah.
They're like, go to the fucking local shop.
And back when we used to pay for everything in cash, it was like, all right, you'll collect some money for the club. Yeah. But now everything's on card, so it's just you're packing bags for fuck all, really.
Oh man, yeah, I didn't think about. So the scanning competition he's entered, but bagging, he could be shit.
No, now who's good at putting things in bags is the real question.
Not me. I can never keep up with him.
Oh, I can bag things quickly. I'm pretty good at bagging, I will say.
Yeah, I bag things like it's Tetris.
So, see, I'm of the mindset that once nothing's getting crushed, it's fine. So once it fits in the bag, I don't care.
But you get less in by going gung ho. I think you get more.
I've got 2 bags. I'm a 2-bag shopper, I will say. I prepare for 2 bags. Say you had to get, like the 2-litre bottles of water. You're getting 2 of them. Yeah. Do you stand those up in the bag or lie them down? No,
I'm getting 6-pack of.
You're getting the 6-pack all in one?
The full 2-litre. Water.
Ah, okay.
And then what I'm doing is not bagging that at all. It's got a little handle on it, Sean. Bringing that out manually.
Absolutely fair. Did that handle ever go on you anytime?
It hasn't, but now you've brought that up. Now I'm going to fear that for the rest of my days.
It's a little paper handle that's essentially sellotaped to the side of 12 litres of water.
It's almost too many.
It's too much. It's too much for one paper handle to bear.
So, Shaun, are we going to take part in any of these competitions next year, or what's the story?
I think we both call for some husbands, and then we have backup hosts in case we ever get cancelled, basically.
Do you think I would win if I went up and I went, yoo-hoo, but really loudly?
Like you're at some kind of cotillion ball. Yes, you would.
Like I have a little handkerchief, and I wave it as I shout yoo-hoo.
Oh, I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that. Dropping the handkerchief at the end, picking it up.
I'm going to be shocked by it's dropping, but I will drop it, yes.
Oh, and you just have to turn your back to the audience.
No, I'm wearing one of those really old dresses, like the really billowy ones that are massive.
Like a Beauty and the Beast fucking ball gown thing.
Just completely... Everyone's like, I don't know if that colour suits him, but fucking fair play. I mean, he's bringing it back.
This fair is bringing everything back, it seems.
But then I have to take it off for the Mr. Legs pageant, obviously, because I'm entering
Lift the skirt, my friend. Lift the skirt.
Just lift enough to show an ankle and then just walk away.
You can bust out your yoo-hoo there as well if you want.
That's the weird yoo-hoo guy. So we're moving on to our next piece of news, and what we have here is a return of an old classic. Shaun, it is Shaun solves.
Oh.
It is Shaun sorts out relationships. It's Shaun's agony and corner. It's got many names. It has no names. I can't remember the name.
Shaun's... Was it like like Shaun's Situation Solutions or some shit like that?
Something ridiculous. But in the top 10 weird news stories of the year, which that episode came out a few weeks ago.
It did.
Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's all the best ones of 2022. But Shaun, two of your solutions, not solves, entered the top 10.
I'm pretty proud of that.
They actually made the top 10. One of them came second, and one of them came fifth, I think. That's pretty good.
Top 5. I'll take 2 in the top 5.
Both in the top 5. Now, Shaun, what I have here is perhaps the next one up, because I have my wife won't sleep in the same bed as me because I bought a cake for no reason.
Okay. I've bought cakes for no reasons before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I want my gut instinct or do I need more information on this?
2 days ago, I saw a small cake at Walmart. It was only $5 and a flavour my family liked. So I decided to buy it for us. Yes.
I love it.
I got home and my wife protested, saying, "You don't buy a cake unless it's for a birthday," right? That's what she said to him.
Okay. Right.
She demanded I return it for a refund. However, the seal was already torn off, so the store would not be able to resell it. An argument broke out, Shaun, and out of spite, I let my children and myself eat the whole cake by ourselves that night, and not leaving a crumb for my wife.
I mean, okay, that's kind of bad form, but he knows it was spiteful. He knows that was wrong.
Yeah. She has not talked to me since. This was 3 days ago. And refuses to even sleep in the same bed as me over a cake. So he asks, am I the asshole? Is she the asshole? What the fuck is going on?
I mean, there has to be more to this, because...
Has to be.
Just buying a cake for no reason shouldn't instigate this level of fight.
My first thought was she found out he's cheating on her, and then he bought a cake randomly.
Yeah, like there's a full 2 to 3 months before this story that we need.
So I murdered her brother, and then I bought a random cake, and she's fucking pissy about it.
Okay, honest opinion, get a divorce. Second opinion. Now,
that's always your opinion.
If this causes the fight, it's not meant to work. Okay, so
with the kids involved,
yeah, it's better for them as well.
Better for them.
Now they'll get 2 cakes on their birthday.
They get double the cake.
So the thing about it is, say let's just take it at face value. Her response of "you only get a cake at birthdays."
Yeah,
that is must be something that's just drilled into her as a kid, because you can buy a cake whenever you want. They sell them year round.
Here's the thing, Shaun. Somebody commented underneath and they said, I'm going to be 33 in a month, and I'm ashamed to say that I was 27 before I made the realisation that I said, wow, I'm craving birthday cake. And then I said, wait, why shouldn't I have a birthday cake? I'm 27.
When I first started making money, like I was like 15 or 16, I had a job. And one of the first things I bought was a Colin the Caterpillar cake. Like, just because I could.
Of course it was Colin.
Yeah, Colin, elite cake. Then
elite.
One time,
I was expecting nothing less.
It's the only cake for me. But then when I was in like first year of college, I was going to pre-drinks, but I had already pre-drank before that.
You were pre-drinking the pre-drinks?
Yes.
I have to be honest with you, that's probably a side of a problem, but
that
go on.
That is alcoholism, my friends. But I was, 19? I was fine. My liver was grand. And still is.
Still is fine.
So I had a few drinks. Then we went to the shop to buy some drinks, but also some food.
But you needed more drink because you had drank all the drinks in the pre-drinks.
I'd had like 2 cans.
Two cans of vodka.
Indeed, they sell it in cans here. Who knew? But we bought a chocolate cake just to have during like a little, like it was some fucking art gallery opening, and we had finger food.
Well, obviously.
But it was just like a load of drunk 19-year-olds drinking Buckfast by the bottle.
and eating the cake, just not even with knives and forks, just by hand.
Just with your hand. Not even napkins, my man. Like, just a fistful of cake.
Picking it up, eating it. I mean, one also mentioned that the biggest revelation in my life, when it occurred to me, that I could make stuffing anytime I wanted. It didn't need to be Thanksgiving. I didn't even need a turkey. I was in my 30s for that one.
See, I get this as well, because I only had like sausage meat stuffing like the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Like, but I want that year round. But part of me wants to keep it as like a special Christmassy thing.
True, but also you could just have it as an adult. You could just do whatever you want. If you have the funds, now obviously it relies on if you have the funds or the means to get it, but if you do have the funds, I could literally go online right now and buy a shit ton of stuff that I do not need, but I think it would be cool.
The benefit of being an adult, and if you have disposable income, you can just buy certain things for the sake of it. There doesn't have to be a meaning behind it. The reaction of sleeping on the couch because your partner bought a $5 cake from Walmart that he knew his family liked, that's an overreaction. Unless I love how we're just assuming this man did something terrible. Unless something came before the buying of the cake. I
definitely think he kicked like an orphan or something, and she's seen him kick an orphan on his way to the cake or something.
If you sent him for like, hey, I need like the medicine for my heart so I don't die, and he came back without that but the cake.
Yeah, I can understand.
And
that's
both cost $5. Then it's acceptable. But to just be like, no, you shouldn't have bought a cake because it's no one's birthday. I'm going to sleep on the couch for 3 days.
Yeah. Also, the fact that he let the kids and him eat it out of spite, I just think is fucking funny. That level of shithousery is just like, me and the kids are going to eat it all now, just to show you up.
You see, in that situation, is it more passive-aggressive to eat the whole cake or to divide it into quarters and leave her a quarter of the cake?
And just leave it sitting there. Just like
in the
for
fridge.
You.
Yeah, just like whenever you want it. And then it's like a time limit thing of like, is she going to eat the cake before it goes stale?
It just makes me think there's a scene in New Girl where Schmidt buys Nick a cookie for no reason other than he was just thinking of him in the shop. I bought you a cookie, and Nick's like, guys don't do that. Guys don't buy each other cookies. He's like, well, I was just thinking of you. Just bought you a cookie, and a whole fight breaks out. It's a very iconic scene where Nick starts saying, "I got me cookie, got you cookie," and he just starts breaking further into just insanity. He can't figure out why a man has bought him a cookie. But
we used to bring each other donuts when we were doing that.
No, I know it's every week, Shaun. Like before recording, I'd be like, right, We got to get the donuts into us.
Donut time. And
I was hyping you up on sugar.
Oh yeah. It doesn't happen now. Now I lose steam halfway through an episode. Except for now, where I'm so tired.
You started off no steam. So Shaun, my question to you is, right, this guy, what does he do moving forward? Does he never buy any pastries ever again? Does he maybe say, well, you'd want to grow up, right? That'll go down well. Or perhaps maybe just scream and shout and maybe run away.
See, the sensible option is to say, hey, can we talk about this? This seems like... This has gone further than I wanted it to. I didn't mean anything by getting the cake. I just thought it would be nice.
Yeah, but what about a not sensible idea?
Well, you need to double down on the separation. Not by divorce, but by one person being, I don't know, quarantined in a room.
No, I have an idea.
Yeah.
You find the most elaborate cake maker in America, right?
Yes. And the cake boss.
And you come home every week on the dot on that day with a bigger and bigger, more elaborate cake. You get it through the door somehow every week. And I want them, like, getting bigger and bigger in size as well, that you can barely get them in through the door. I'll spend thousands, spend fucking hundreds of thousands.
Your children's college
just sell a child and pay for it. But what's important is I want that cake taking up the whole kitchen. I want it on the counter, and I want it blocking everything. Can't cook nothing on that counter.
No,
right?
It's encroaching on the space.
And then at that point you go, every week you come home and go, I got you a little treat. And as it gets more and more elaborate, you say even a littler treat. I got you a tiny treat.
Got you just a small, tiny little something.
Little something that you might like.
And here's the thing, though, as well, is that the next birthday that happens in that house is going to be incredibly tense. Because when do you buy the cake? Do you like if it's too soon, too late? On the day? You're not buying a cake on the day of a birthday.
No, you're at nothing buying a cake on the day.
Like, I just... There's enough events where cake plays a part to where cake is now going to be a sore point in this relationship, if it continues.
I'll tell you a trick that my dad used to do when we were younger. Right? Kids' birthday parties.
Yeah.
You go to the shop, you buy, you know those like big blocks of vanilla ice cream, but they're like rectangular box.
Yeah,
right?
The HB ice cream that comes in
the HB ice
box.
cream. I don't know if they're international, Shaun. I assume they are.
Absolutely not. We're the only ones who get that. They used to be €1 for a block of ice cream.
Right. But it's like a block. It's like a horizontal block. It doesn't come in a tub. It like comes in a paper and you peel it off and then there's a fucking block of ice cream there.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like 2 inches by 4 inches by 12 inches of solid vanilla ice cream.
Off by your heart. That is fucking weird. But basically what he used to do is, right? Say you turned 12. He would go buy 4 of them and then shape them like numbers 1 and 2. So it would be 12. Genius. And then you put candles on it and you got ice cream cake, Shaun. Ice cream cake. So you don't have to do any proper cake. You just go ice cream, shape it like the number. When you were 11, it was a really easy deal, to be honest. But
no, dude, that's rad. I would take it today, quite honestly. Yeah. We used to have, my nanny was an excellent baker. She used to make a lot of our birthday cakes. But one year, and this changed the game. Birthday pavlova. Birthday pavlova.
You were such a strange little man.
You give me some meringue and some fucking cream. Oh, outstanding.
You're like 7 with your fucking pipe and your pavlova.
What's wrong with pavlova? That's not an old man thing.
There's something a bit strange about like a 7-year-old eating pavlova.
I thought it was delicious. It was it had little grapes and strawberries on it.
Of course it did.
Had candles as well. Candles in the meringue. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, very good.
Oh, they say she went all out. Like, you know, one time as well, I got a cake and it was Dougal the dog from the Magic Roundabout. It was him, but he was made out of like a Swiss roll. He was excellent. Had that a couple of years actually.
It was the same one was sold in the same shop.
No, she made it. There used to be a recipe, and she made it from scratch. It was class.
Right. Oh Jesus! Fucking hell! Like, See, it's a difficult line to walk here because I don't want to insult the woman, but I also want to take the piss out of you. And so now I'm in a tricky situation here.
It's true. That's true. My granny, and look, she would take offence, is all I'm saying.
She would. No, I'd be happy enough to insult you all day.
All right. Okay, sorry.
But I'm assuming she's a lovely woman. I don't really want to... Yeah, just I'm just going to move on. But Shaun, are we going to solve this relationship? Are we saying maybe just talk it out, or maybe buy cakes over and over again?
See, where do you draw the... Sorry, we're still on the... Where do we draw the line? Because if I buy her a fucking donut, what happens then?
Yeah.
You know?
Is it because it wasn't bought strictly for her? Or is there a bigger issue at play that we actually don't know anything about that probably is the main reason?
We need more information on this because this can't be this can't be the only incident that's ever caused hassle.
No way. She's gotten mad at a fucking cake. It's like a culmination of 19 other things.
Yeah.
The cake's the thing that sets it off.
It's the final thing. And she was like, no, I just really don't like... I really hate being reminded of birthdays or something like that.
Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and I have woman rages as neighbour sets off random fireworks every evening, sometimes at 3 a.m, never at the same time.
That's just a shitty neighbour there. The fact that it's at varying times as well, like they just take a notion one day to light fireworks.
Why I included this was I just love shithousery. And I love the idea that you're like, well, we'll set it off at 9 today, but maybe 11:30 tomorrow. I'll just whenever I'm vibing, whenever I have good vibes when it comes to these fireworks, I'll set them off.
Yeah, that's a dumb question. What times have you set off fireworks?
You mean illegal fireworks here in Ireland?
Yes, but if you were to imagine a situation where you lit fireworks.
Well, I can't because they're illegal, Shaun, and I wouldn't obviously incriminate myself in lighting and setting up. Now, hypothetically, if I asked you the same question, I guarantee you have at least one time in your head.
Well, look, if I was to ever light fireworks, it would have been...
Which you're not.
Which I'm not, but it would have been after 10 o'clock mass on a Sunday, and people would have gotten really mad at me, let's be honest.
Yeah, but Jesus would have thought that was rad.
Yeah. You think Jesus ever saw fireworks?
Look, I tell you now, Jesus probably sold a few fireworks in his day.
Actually, canonically, right, in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus saw every sin that mankind would ever commit. So, he saw me set off those fireworks and he was cool with it.
He saw you specifically, and then he was like, look.
That's the only thing he saw. It's the one thing.
Every other thing he missed. It's like, who's this fucking little freak in Ireland setting off these jokes?
He just checks his watch because he has a watch or something.
Why has he got a caterpillar cake behind him?
He just sees my life. It's the only sin of humanity.
He's going to cause the downfall of humanity. Fair fucks to him. Oh my God, look at him set those fireworks
looks
off.
Pretty good, right?
Did the priest come out and like give you a high five? Or
I didn't do it outside the church.
Okay.
We went up to my nanny's after mass. Then my cousin didn't have fireworks.
Wait, 9 a.m. Sunday mass?
10 o'clock mass. Went on till 10:30. Went up about 10 minutes away. Set off some fireworks. It was bright daylight, like we didn't get the benefit.
So ultimately useless.
Useless, just making noise. Do you know?
But what age were you?
I must have been about 10.
So, but when you're 10, all you want to do is make noise. It's not about the view. You don't care.
No, that's true. We used to also have bomb bags, which were like these little bags you could buy, and you'd squeeze them, and then some kind of chemical reaction would happen in the bag, and it would start swelling, and you'd throw them, and they would explode. But if you put them down a drain, they'll explode, and they'll make a noise that reverberates around the whole neighbourhood. They don't sell them anymore.
I think you're thinking of a grenade.
Jeez, maybe it was a grenade, actually.
Maybe it was a grenade.
Do you know what's really hard to find nowadays as well? Caps. Do you remember caps?
For a gun?
Yeah, like a cap gun. You can buy the gun, you can't buy the caps.
Right. And can I just ask a quick follow-up question?
Yeah.
Why are you looking for caps?
So my friend got me a little keychain flintlock pistol that takes caps. Yeah. So at any time of the day, you're ready to go for a cap gun fight. It's on my keys.
Any time of the day.
Any time of the day.
But actually, no, you're not ready for it because you don't have any caps.
No, I've no ammo.
Yeah. So ultimately, to be fair, even if you had them, you'd still have no ammo.
That's true, because it doesn't fire anything, but it makes a noise, you know.
It does make a noise.
And if you put a few of them between some pennies, throw that on the ground, it makes a really loud bang.
Stop throwing things. Also, to tell you how old we are, when I was younger, I used to go to school, and back in the day,
wild.
Back in the day, this is a pretty wild story. But we used to go to a shop, and they used to sell chocolate cigarettes.
Chocolate cigarettes.
Do you remember them?
They were the best, man. We used to colour them in with our nanny's lipstick and pretend they were lit.
Thinking about that now, they're just like, we'll get them started young.
And not like candy sticks or something like that. Like no. It looked like a box of cigarettes.
It was sold in a Marlboro box.
It was, yeah. My brother bought them. So there was a shop near us, and it was they sold chocolate cigarettes. But my brother, he got a load of money somehow. And
he just came into it.
It fell off a truck, you know.
It fell off a tree, killed the man.
And he bought a whole carton that they're shipped to the shop in of chocolate cigarettes. And we lived like kings. In prison, we would have been sorted, like.
No, I love the idea of you in prison going, I think I have what you want, and then wheeling in the fucking chocolate cigarettes and they just kill you.
No, tell me I wouldn't be the most popular lad in prison if
I think you'd be stabbed.
Cigarettes. Nah, everyone would love me.
But he's dying of nicotine. Dying for nicotine, you bring them in fucking dairy milk.
Nah, they're all diabetic, it's grand.
Yeah, that's crazy to even think about that they used to sell them. It's just like, kids will be fine.
And literally like overnight they were taken off the market.
Oh, just taken away. They were all gone. And then the only ones you have left now are like the chalk ones.
The Spider-Man chalk ones.
Yeah, the Spider-Man and like Superman and Batman chalk ones, which I don't even know what they are really. They're just kind of like sticks.
They're like powdered sugar compressed into a stick kind of deal.
They break your fucking teeth.
Like, it's still wild that it's allowed to happen.
We're just talking like two old men, but isn't that fucking weird? Send us in if you have any weird sweets back in your... Because we had chocolate cigarettes, so, I mean, there's probably like a chocolate gun somewhere, or like some sort of... They just turned like really fucked up shit. Like...
Do you remember when they started over-engineering lollipops? Sorry.
This is why we are friends, right? Nobody else in the whole world would ever ask me, do you remember when they started over-engineering lollipops? Because nobody else would care. But no. Shaun, I'm really interested in you, and what about over-engineering lollipops interests you?
So your classic lollipop used to just be like a stick with some fucking sugar on the end, right?
You're describing what I've always heard of a lollipop. Yes, but go on.
Do you remember the time... Okay, let me just hit you with this. The juicy drop pop, Connor.
Oh, I know a juicy drop pop when I see one, yeah.
Absolutely. So it was a regular lollipop, but it also came with this fucking squeezy tube of juice.
Which was literally just glucose and sugar melded together.
Yeah. So you would just squeeze that onto your lollipop every so often. You would think, grand, that's not too bad. But then I had a lollipop once and it was a fucking switchblade. Like, it would pop out and then go back into the handle for easy transport.
What does this have to do with over-engineered lollipops?
It's over-engineered. They got too big. Like, what's the point of that when you could just have a lollipop? Why does it need this big articulating action? I thought you meant
they'd oversold, or like they'd made too many, and they were just like, oh, we're overrun with fucking lollipops around here.
No, they did do that they used to have a Chupa Chup that was like strawberry and vanilla or something.
How do you know so much about lollipops?
I don't know, Connor. I was
what
a very
kind
weird
of a fucking
child.
Weird world did you grow up in?
I just really focused on lollipop economics back in the day. Do you remember, and I don't know if this was just a
No, I don't. Thing. Whatever this is.
The Halloween lollipops. The Halloween lollipops.
No.
The big ones. They were massive. They used to turn your tongue blue.
No.
Look. What can I say? They used to be 50 cent. Then they went up to €2 one year.
I'm not fucking buying one for €2. I'll tell you that now.
It doesn't even flip out of a little handle,
I want the knife lollipop.
I want the cool one.
That might help you in the jail.
Actually, yeah. And they call me the candy man. That's my tag in prison.
And you make a little shiv in your little lolly, but then you also want to taste it
into a sharp space,
and then you keep cutting your own tongue. Ow.
juicy drop pop into someone's eye. Be great.
Juicy drop pops. No, big baby pops.
Big baby pops, yeah.
That was pretty good. They were
top
always €1.
Yeah.
And so like you'd have to splash out if you got one of them.
Big Baby Pop had a spin-off as well, which was that when you had chewing gum, you could take it and put it into this fucking little shaker and it would add flavour to your already chewed chewing gum.
No way.
Absolutely foul.
That's the future. I'm in. If it was Dragon's Den, I heard you said it was foul, but I'm still all in.
Imagine having only to buy one piece of chewing gum.
Like for the rest of your life. You have to buy continuous tubs of that thing.
Yeah, which is much more expensive.
Much more expensive. You could buy like a 12-pack of chewing gum. Yeah. Or buy €2 worth of that fucking taste stuff.
I'll just shake salt and vinegar onto it and I'll be grand.
Don't put salt and vinegar on it.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm a grown man.
That's true. Shaun, I think we're going to move on because we actually have a food-based story that I wasn't even going to touch on.
Okay.
But now that we're talking about it, Shaun, man who ate 124 kebabs in a month, says it hurt him physically and psychologically. Interesting.
Now, 124 divided by, let's say, 30.
Yeah.
You're talking 4 kebabs a day?
4 kebabs a day, yeah. You're consuming a staggering 250,000 calories.
It's probably too much, right?
I would say it's even probably 1 or 2 above what the daily recommended intake is.
What's the recommended, like 2,000 or something?
249,999 is your daily intake. You should really have.
Wait, what? So 25,000? What? Oh, right. Sorry, you're doing a bit there. Sorry. I got confused.
You were seriously typing it in like, wait, that's way too much.
I was like, okay, but Conor sounds really confident here.
Really confident. So he called it an epic kebabathon. This is Des Brakely, 36 from Manchester, says that he decided to try it in December. So we're all hearing about it now. And he says he has been hurt both psychologically and physically after eating 4 meat wraps every evening for 30 days.
Just in the evening?
Just in the evening, not even spreading it out.
Look, a kebab, 2 kebabs for lunch, 2 for dinner. I could maybe do that. 4 in the evening. I'm not getting past the second one.
The dad even went without a roast Christmas dinner to make space for more of the late night delicacies.
Why would you do it at Christmas? What is going on?
So he was doing it to raise money for charity, right? So he did raise $1,000 for Francis House Children's Hospice.
Good,
very good idea. But do something else, Des.
If people aren't donating because you're eating 4 kebabs a day. People are donating because they want to help the cause, and this is a good local way to do it.
And also there might be medical bills after it.
Yeah, because it's got to play havoc on your system, right? Like, some people do dry January as well. Is he just not eating food for January?
Would you ever do a dry January yourself, maybe, Shaun? Just I'm asking out for your family, friends, and maybe an intervention.
just to open it up here. No, I'm doing like damp January, which is just like dial it back.
That's fucking fake.
I'm doing vegetarian January.
Yeah, but it's not that food that I'm worried about, Shaun. It's the alcoholism. It's the pre-drinks. That
was literally, I don't want to say how many years ago because I'll get sad, okay?
Yeah. But so how many drinks are you having a day now? Down to 5 or 6?
No, stop spreading this, perpetuating this. I don't have a drink every day.
You have a pint with the breakfast, a pint with the lunch.
Pint of water. Pint of milk for strength.
Don't be drinking a pint of milk.
Pint of milk's probably pretty bad for you, actually, if you just drink it straight.
Yeah, that's not great. He said, it's very much an accomplishment. I appreciate the sport, but I'm not doing it again. This is my final dance. I'm now retiring from extreme eating challenges. So, I mean, pretty good.
Why would you pick a kebab? If you had to pick a food to eat
Worst
every day,
food.
You what?
It's the worst food to eat in an extreme eating competition.
Yeah, like aside from maybe Vindaloo or some shit like that.
Yeah, like I think nobody's ever had a kebab and then the next day thought, I feel fantastic after that kebab.
Yeah, I'm glad I ate that kebab.
Like, you come home from the pub, having a kebab. The next day, you don't wake up going, you know what? I fucking think that kebab really healed me. I'm feeling great now. I actually feel much better.
Yeah. I mean, what food would you pick if you had to do it? So, not even for a day, but just like it was the only thing you could eat for a month.
Sushi.
Sushi? You don't think you're going to get sick of sushi by like...
No,
like you're going to want something warm?
Nah, won't. I won't tell you now. Just give me like... I would inhale massive amounts of the stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, Conor, do I have $5 and a ribbon for you?
Okay, I was hoping for maybe $1,000 for a hospice, but $5 and a ribbon. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's about equal, right?
I mean, obviously sushi, very expensive food, so I don't really want to buy it for 30 days is the issue. So if we could somehow figure out a way that I could get the people to buy me 30 days worth of sushi, and then I eat it, and then I raise money for charity.
Are you trying to segue into a Patreon plug?
I'm trying to join our Patreon now.
He'll eat nothing but a top shelf sushi for a month.
Nothing but a really nice food for 30 days.
And the miso beforehand, of course.
Oh no, I'm not touching the miso. Miso would go through.
Do you not like miso?
No, I don't like miso.
I fucking love miso.
No, a bit of ginger, a bit of soy sauce. You're laughing.
Yeah. That's grand. That's grand. I'm just saying, man, the miso, it prepares the palate, you know? Sets your tummy right ready to go.
Does it?
We went up to the Asian food store the other day and we bought a load of miso paste to make our own. That's how much we love miso.
You're a disgrace, man. Have you ever done your own sushi at home?
My own sushi at home? No, yeah. I wouldn't trust. Well, I rolled sushi once, but I've never...
You just buy the packages of salmon in the shop and then just bring it home and then just roll that up in some rice that you made in some vinegar.
You
can get some sushi rice.
Do you have some seaweed there?
Seaweed as well. Wrap the seaweed around and slice through it. You're laughing.
I'll make you some sushi.
A cucumber or two. Slice up a cucumber or two. Stick that in the middle. I'm telling you now.
Cucumber, salmon, rice, seaweed. What's not to like as far as I'm concerned?
If you don't like fish, you're not into any of this. But would you fund me on a Patreon for me to eat my food?
Yes, not the hospice, but me.
No, it's not for the children. This is going to my home.
The children don't like sushi.
I'll eat theirs.
Back for seconds.
I have enjoyed it, but it hurt me physically. I felt like crap. I'm not getting any fruit, no vegetables, and no nutrition. I couldn't eat anything else.
You could put other things in a kebab as well, but
true.
Like, just for what it's worth.
He said it was a breeze for the first 2 weeks, but the last 2 weeks, it got messy. Not just physically, but psychologically as well. There was a pressure on getting there. I had to do it. I couldn't let everyone down. But to be honest, I'm already planning to go out with my mates next week. I'll never stop eating kebabs.
So he's learned nothing from this experience.
No,
basically.
not at all.
Like, it'd be the equivalent of me just getting like a big dirty McDonald's every day.
He says what he used to do was he starved himself all day at work and then he would finish around 5 p.m. and then he would eat 4 kebabs.
That's just misery. Like... Because you're miserable for most of the day. After the first kebab, you might be a little bit happy. But then by kebabs 2, 3 and 4, you're miserable again because you're too full.
Yeah. What are you doing? Just
stop.
Eat one for lunch. No, well, you can't stop. It's for charity. Eat one for lunch. Eat one at 5. Eat one at 7. Eat one at 9.
There's nothing to say it can't be a breakfast kebab either. Like...
But he said he was swapping between lamb, doner, chicken and mixed meats.
So that lack of vegetables that he was fucking complaining about.
There has to be a veggie kebab.
There's a veggie... Abracadabra, I do one, definitely.
Abracadabra.
Sorry, that's an Irish thing.
Colin Farrell has unlimited abracadabra for the rest of his life, if anyone wants to know.
And you know what? Deserved.
He deserves it. He got it a few years ago and I'd give it back to him now. He has like a card. He's the only person in the world that has a card and he gets unlimited abracadabra.
I would refresh it like just every year or so. Give him more. Like pay him to eat at abracadabra. Do you know abracadabra do falafel now?
I've never set foot in an abracadabra.
You've never been in an abracadabra?
No.
Oh, of course, because, you know, the drinking.
See, I'm never stumbling home going, you know where we should go?
You know what sounds really good right now?
Abracadabra. Sean, we're going to finish off this week with Florida woman. As Florida woman who tried to rob Pensacola Bank left her cell phone at the scene.
Amateur move, because that's how they find you. Well, unless she rang it to find out where it was.
Who's this? This is my phone. Rasheka Marshall is charged with attempted robbery with a firearm and attempted grand theft. She's being held in jail on a $100,000 bond.
Oof.
The incident occurred around 11 a.m. on Tuesday. Oh Lord, the worst time to rob a bank.
What do we always say?
Yeah, but 10 or 9. I'm already at the shift for 2 hours by 11. I don't want to be sent home dead.
But what about, because 9 or 10, you're hopeful. You're thinking, someone might rob the place.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, I guess I'm locked in for the day. 11 o'clock comes round. Day off, lads.
You're not going to open back up. It's a crime scene.
Yeah, exactly. And then go for, it's close enough to lunch. Will we all grab lunch? You know, a few pints after.
A few pints. Sean always wants to go for a few pints. According to the arrest report, the bank teller told police a woman approached her window and requested a $3,500 withdrawal. So she gave her a withdrawal slip to fill out. The report then states the woman wrote, "I have a gun. Do as I say" on the slip, and then handed it back to the teller. Big game.
It's a good move. It's a good move.
The teller said she became so afraid she couldn't move, according to the report. The woman then took the slip back and exited the bank without getting any money.
She just fucking stonewalled her. Giving her nothing.
So in her head she's terrified, and in the Florida woman's head she's like, this fucking woman's playing hardball.
She's got nerves of steel. I can't compete with this.
Oh shit,
she's freaking me out.
The report states surveillance footage showed her get into the passenger seat of a dark coloured truck and leave the seat. According to the report, police arrived at the scene and found a cell phone at the teller's window that she had left there when she had walked up to fill out the form.
Why was she on her phone leading up to this? Trying to play it cool, maybe?
Playing it cool. She's checking Twitter.
She's about to rob a bank. Lol.
Checking TikTok, just in case anything came out about bank robbing.
I mean, was she checking the getaway route? Did she have a getaway driver?
She had Google Maps up.
Yeah, and they were trying to organise a place to meet.
So the police, you mightn't be surprised, Sean, immediately found out the owner of the phone is named Rasheka Marshall. They then searched the name in their database and determined that Marshall's photo matched the suspect seen on the surveillance video. So they just matched the two of them up, and now they know who exactly she is. Her and a man were also involved in a recent criminal mischief incident. I love
criminal mischief, just as a
criminal mischief is a level of we don't know what it is, but it was mischievous.
So what was her mischief that she did?
They actually don't say, which adds a level of mystery to it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
She was what's mischievous these days, Connor? The only thing that's coming to my mind is a clown car. I don't know how that's mischief at all.
Setting fire to buildings, haha.
No, you've gone wrong. Too big.
Too big. Setting fire to small buildings, huh?
Not better.
Orphanages?
No, see, can be a small building, but it's the contents are the issue.
Certainly people in it are small. Let's set fire to that. Wait, no, hang on.
No.
Police, no. What are you in here for?
What have I done?
But it's only me. The person that she did the mischief with, by the way, the man, he drives a black truck that was seen also in the surveillance video in which she drove away. So Sean, she was detained. Florida woman was arrested. She was taken in, and I mean, the police interviewed the man, but they did not charge him after determining he didn't have knowledge of the attempted robbery at all, even though someone collected her in his truck, drove away, and they were seen doing mischief together the day before.
True, but maybe she hadn't told him, I'm going to rob this bank. Maybe she just said, I have to go to the bank.
I'm going to the bank. And then because she came out with no money, how could you prove that she actually didn't do anything or did something?
Yeah, you just think that she went into the bank and did regular bank business.
What do you think of the Florida woman here? I feel like maybe leaving your phone at any crime scene is step one of the worst idea of all time.
Think so. She doesn't come out well out of the whole thing. Look, a fucking 5-head move would be to bring someone else's phone and leave it.
Oh, bring the teller's phone. Somehow rob that. Then make her think she did the robbery.
Just gaslight this teller.
She robbed herself.
Well, I mean, no money was taken, so I guess you stopped her. But
I guess you stopped. But it seems suspicious that your phone's on the other side of the glass. How did it get there?
Yeah, and what's with all this money that you have access to?
It's underneath you, in that cash register.
What are you doing with that there?
I think that's it for this week's Weird News, Shaun.
What a week. Do you want me to take us out, Conor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Big shout outs to all of our wonderful patrons over on Patreon: Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan, Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, New Waffles Who Dis, David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, No One's Ever Really Gone Luke Hoth, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster, Ed Ball, The Adventures of Indiana Jones and the Franchise That Just Won't Die. Conor and Lorraine are really quite embarrassed about all this nickname shithousery and hope Shaun can find it in his heart to forgive them. Russ, to see in the new year, let's call a temporary halt to these proceedings, a ceasefire, a cessation of this continued back and forth. Parfitt and Jackson Bruheim. Thank you all very, very much for your support. You're wonderful, wonderful humans, and we couldn't do the show without you. Head on over to patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast if you're interested in the stuff we put up over there. There is also the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @HeroesForHirePod. The 4 is a number 4. Facebook is Detective Dippleman's Discussion Group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Shaun Meehan.
We shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.